With all the amazing sights to view, riding may be a pleasant way to get fitness. However, one man stopped riding and saw something startling when he was surprised by a black, hairy monster near the riverbed. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. I'm going to tell you a story that took place in Hong Kong, China. A YouTuber named Stray City experienced it, and back in September of 2021, he uploaded many videos detailing his discoveries. For the individual who shot the video, it had begun like any other day. After waking up and eating his breakfast, he made the decision to ride around his neighborhood river. It felt like the ideal day to go outside and get some exercise because it was sunny. He had no idea that he would learn anything he had not anticipated. The man left his house in the metropolis of Hong Kong, eager to start his day. He followed the routes till he eventually arrived at the river, where he intended to go biking. The drive down the river was pretty picturesque, with the water on one side and a large amount of shrubs and vegetation on the other. The man strolled along the trail, taking in the scenery around him. But after a time, he appeared to discover something odd. He noticed a strange, dark figure moving about a short distance away from him on the path. At first, he couldn't figure it out. Was it a giant rat, some kind of duck, or something else entirely? It wouldn't take him long to figure out exactly what it was. The man kept cycling toward the thing until he was directly in front of it, at which point he saw what it was: a small black dog. The man pulled his bike to a stop and saw the little dog blunder into the woods along the trail. The dog is seen scuttling through all of the weeds and shrubs in the footage. The dog chooses to hide beneath one of the bigger bushes in the area after realizing he is being followed, in the hopes that the strange guy would leave him alone. On the other hand, the man reverses course and heads toward the puppy's hiding place. Gazing into the bush, the guy finds the little dog laying down, perhaps believing that if he becomes small enough, he won't be seen. Before scooping up the dog, the man makes a small fuss in an attempt to calm him down. The man gives his explanation for naming the little dog Teddy in the video. The man began to head back towards the trail in his bike, believing that this was the end of it. But as he moves, he hears something he had not anticipated: a little, hardly inaudible squeak. Somewhere, in the midst of the bushes, was another dog. The man put Teddy on the walk and began weed scrounging, determined to find the other small dog. By following the little whines, the guy was able to locate the location where the second dog was hiding. Having pulled out the weeds, he luckily located the second little dog. When the two puppies were compared side by side, their sizes were obviously different. Teddy was the bigger puppy, while Bear, the name given to the second dog, was considerably smaller. What made these two cute dogs unique, though, was that no mother dog was in sight, and they were all by themselves. The guy had to choose between saving the two animals, knowing that leaving them on their own would not end well. The man grabbed up both of the dogs and put them in his basket at the front of his bike after causing them a little bother to get them to calm down. Then he went back on his bike and rode down the river once more, but this time he had two very cute tiny pups riding with him, savoring the feeling of the breeze on their faces. After returning home and finding a secure spot, the guy took Teddy and Bear out of the basket and set them on his garden's patio. He studied the two small dogs closely and saw that, although they appeared to be entirely black from above, Teddy actually had a small white patch on his chin and a fluffy white breast. But Bear was absolutely dark as a ghost. Given that the two animals appeared to be at least 6 to 8 weeks old, they would no longer require their mother's milk and be able to consume solid meals. Unaware of how long the dogs had been left without food in the woods, the man made the delicious decision to feed them. After gathering the components, he put the meat on a large platter. After that, he placed the tray on some steps and let Teddy and Bear fall in. The man started to worry why they had been left alone while they were eating. They may have escaped from their house and ended up on the riverbank because their fur didn't appear to be too matted, and they didn't appear to be very emaciated. Alternatively, it is possible that their mother had suffered a misfortune, and they were raised as orphans. Finally, The guy reasoned that the two puppies could only have ended up in that situation if someone had cruelly abandoned them. Whatever had transpired, the guy vowed to take the best possible care of them and expressed gratitude for having discovered them at that time. The full impact of the two animals' anguish became apparent once they had completed their meal. Bear and Teddy both located the closest corner and cuddled in close proximity. They were both trembling, obviously afraid of their unfamiliar surroundings. The small pups were getting overwhelmed by all the strange sights, sounds, and scents that were new to them. Upon observing the animals' anguish, the guy approached them with caution and began to gently pat them on the back. He put his hand on the ground so the young dogs might approach him if they wanted to, so as not to frighten them anymore. The two canines are then shown in an open area, maybe a garden, as the video fades. They were a little apprehensive and unclear about their initial duties. They were obviously out of their element and may not have known how to behave normally because they had no mother to guide them. Teddy, the more self-assured of the two puppies, eventually mustered up the guts to take a sniff and cheerfully approached the man recording them, wanting more attention. Bear, on the other hand, preferred to take his time and enjoy sniffing around the grass by himself. He felt less self-assured since he was the smallest of the two. Teddy rushed back over to Bear and began to jump all over him, eager to play, once he got the fuss he was after. The man was filming the two animals with joy as they returned to sniffing the garden. Shortly after releasing this first video, Bear and Teddy were featured in another one by Stray City, which showed the two puppies growing more at ease and self-assured in their new environments. In the video, the man gently cycles beside the two as they run alongside the same river where they were discovered. The two sniff about contentedly, relishing in the knowledge that they were no longer living there by themselves. I can only hope that these two cute dogs have found their forever home, where they will be cherished and cared for the rest of their lives, as there haven't been any more updates on them. Dogs, in particular, have always been a bit of an issue in Hong Kong. But since the outbreak, conditions have only become worse, with a record number of canines ending up on the streets alone. Among those who commit their time to aiding these animals in need and ensuring that they find the ideal homes and families who will love them forever is Stray City. There will always be wonderful individuals eager to aid stray animals in need, as long as there are such creatures. These folks have made it possible for innocent creatures to have a second shot at life, which is something they truly deserve. If you came upon an abandoned dog, how would you respond? Tell me in the comments section below. How incredible was the tale? Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.